All right, we are picking up at the top of page 49 with Corey.
The whole time I was growing up living in his house, Papa was like a shadow that followed you everywhere. It weighed on you and sunk into your flesh. It would wrap around you and lay there until you couldn't tell which one was you anymore. The shadow digging in your flesh, trying to crawl in, trying to live through you. Everywhere I looked, Troy Maxson was staring back at me, hiding under the bed in the closet. I'm just saying, I've got to find a way to get rid of that shadow, Mama.
You just like him. You got him and you good.
Don't tell me that, Mama.
You Troy Maxson all over again.
I don't want to be Troy Maxson. I want to be me.
You can't be nobody but who you are, Corey. That shadow wasn't nothing but you growing into yourself. You either got to grow into it or cut it down to fit you. But that's all you got to make life with. That's all you got to measure yourself against that world out there. Your daddy wanted you to be everything he wasn't, and at the same time, he tried to make you into everything he was. I don't know if he was right or wrong, but I do know he meant to do more good than he meant to do harm. He wasn't always right. Sometimes when he touched, he bruised, and sometimes when he took me in his arms, he cut. When I first met your daddy, I thought, here is a man I can lay down and make a baby. Lay down with and make a baby. That's the first thing I thought when I seen him. I was 30 years old and had done seen my share of men. But when he walked up to me and said, I can dance a waltz that'll make you dizzy, I thought, Rose Lee, here is a man that you can open yourself up to and be filled to bursting. Here is a man that can fill all them empty spaces you've been tipping around the edges of. One of them empty spaces was being somebody's mother. I married your daddy and settled down to cooking his supper and keeping his clean sheets on the bed. When your daddy walked through the house, he was so big he filled it up. That was my first mistake, not to make him leave some room for me, for my part in the matter. But at that time, I wanted that. I wanted a house that I could sing in, and that's what your daddy gave me. I didn't know to keep up his strength, I had to give up little pieces of mine. I did that. I took on his life as mine and mixed up the pieces so that you couldn't hardly tell which was which anymore. It was my choice. It was my life, and I didn't have to live it like that. But that's what life offered me in the way of being a woman, and I took it. I grabbed hold of it with both hands. By the time Raynell came into the house, me and your daddy had done lost touch with one another. I didn't want to make my blessing off to nobody's misfortune, but I took on to Raynell like she was one of them babies I had wanted and never had. The phone rings. Like I'd been blessed to relive a part of my life. And if the Lord see fit to keep up my strength, I'm going to do her just like your daddy did you. I'm going to give her the best of what's in me. Entering still with her old shoes.
Mama, Reverend Ward is on the phone.
Rose exits into the house.
Hi.
Are you in the Army or the Marines?
Marines.
Papa said it was the Army. Did you know Blue?
Blue? Who's Blue?
Papa's dog. What he sang about all the time?
Singing.
Hear it ring. I had a dog, his name was Blue. You know Blue was mighty true. You know Blue was a good old dog. Blue treed a possum in a hollow log. You know from that he was a good old dog. Hear it ring.
Ray now joins in singing.
Blue treed a possum out on the limb. Blue looked at me and I looked at him. Grabbed the possum and Blue stayed there till I came back. Old Blue's feet was big and round, never allowed a possum to touch the ground. Old Blue died and I dug his grave. I dug his grave with a silver spade, let him down with a golden chain, and every night I call his name. Go on, Blue, you good old dog.
Go on,
Blue, you good dog.
Blue lay down and died like a man. Blue lay down and died. Blue lay down and died like a man. Now trees, possum, and the promised land.
I'm gonna tell you this to let you know, Blue's gone where the good dogs go. When I hear old Blue bark, Blue tree and possum and Noah's Ark. Blue tree and possum and Noah's Ark.
Rose comes to the screen door. Corey, we're going to be ready to go in a minute.